It's lovely weather for ducks. It's day 303, I think. It's raining. We've had 10 mil overnight. I think we've got another sort of 10 or 20 mil to come today. Same again tomorrow. So I have a feeling that water is going to take up the next few days, or trying to get rid of it. Everything's already saturated as it is. So we'll see how the day goes anyway. These were the tubes we were straightening yesterday that had a bend in them. We didn't quite get them all the way yesterday, but I've got them now. So we need to put that back together now, put the sheet back on the trailer. Trying to find things to do in the workshop because it's raining, so we're going to try and see if we can find out why the battery keeps draining on the pavement. And put an isolator on it as well, so we can turn the battery off overnight. Even if we can't find the drain, at least we'll be able to do it. Start it in the morning. So we're going to... oh, you can't see that, can you? Let me turn this on. So we're going to put an isolator switch on that earth down there. No pun intended. These bolts on the chipper here, when we change the teeth, that's the suit, it just won't come out. So we tried our air gun, tyre fitters air gun, numerous electric guns. I'm going to try with a plasma now to cut the head off the bolt, but without damaging this, because I want that, and I want it a bit underneath. We can't run a disc through it because of the way the angle is. So run a disc through, we'll damage this bit, or we'll damage that bit. And we can't come from that way because of that bolt. So we're going to have to try and, like I say, cut the head off the bolt. But it's going to be difficult because of that groove. All the stuff will fly back at the plasma and damage the tip. It don't look pretty and it's extremely hot, but I think I've washed the nut, the bolt away, and just got to knock the cap off it now. That's all oxidised steel, so that should just chip off now with the hammer, hopefully. I've finally got it off. I don't know what damage I've done to that though. Richard might be able to clean it up with a grinder. It needs to be quite smooth though, because that's what holds the bolts on. It holds the teeth on, which spin round. But this bit here we needed, so that'll split off there now, and obviously that as well. That's the blade, that's obviously knackered it all as well. That's all the string off the muck spreader. Sam's just took it all off because he likes doing that kind of stuff, and it's mostly, it's just baler twine. It was not some net wrap as well, a little bit, yeah. It smells nice. So if you got horses and you're giving them straw, don't put the string on the middle, or if you do, you should come and pick the string off. I'll get this on video for when it flies over and like hits Sam's car or something. Right, go on. Go back slowly. Boom in slowly now. This bolt's really tight, and I'm just trying to use a bit more leverage. As soon as it's got it, let go, Richard, and move out the way. Whoa. Which way? Go on, try that! I'm going to stand far back and zoom in. It's just pulling it out the frame. Go! I got these off the internet, eBay I think it was, from a well-known large country that's famous for chopsticks and eating rice. And the next year on the tractor run. Pretty loud to be fair for like 18 quid. Finally caught up with a guy that keeps putting letters through my door telling me to take my security lights off the BT pole in my driveway at the other farm. Yeah, every few weeks I come home to a letter saying, can you please take your security lights off the BT pole, please? But I don't even have a BT line, so I've got like 5 poles going down the driveway with a BT line on. I don't even use it because it's rubbish. I feel like taking them down and using them as gate posts. Anyway, the guy's just told me to do him a favour if I did take them down, because then he wouldn't have to keep coming checking them, because he has to dig around the bottom and check them for rot every 6 months or every 12 months. So he's like, yeah, just chainsaw them down. Maybe shouldn't have said that in case someone from BT watches. But he then said not to, obviously. Got a petrol jet washer so we can wash machines in the field and not put mud all over the yard. But for some reason, they're using the petrol jet. Sam's using the petrol jet washer in the middle of the yard to wash the muck spreader off. I mean, is it not common sense to take it to the field? Apparently it'll take more than one tank of water, but he's now run out of petrol, so he's just gone off on another job and just left everything abandoned. Got the light on the well, gonna put some silicone on it now, ready for the glass tomorrow. Someone tipped that Christmas tree off in a greenway, so it's in a pot, so it's gonna go in there where the monkey puzzle tree died, and then I think it'll look good then, because as you drive in you'll see that tree there, and we can put lights on it at Christmas. It's stopped raining now. We've had about 15 mil since midnight. This field's now full of water because the motorway trains can't take it, so it comes off down the embankment, floods the field, comes out the field, and then floods the road, and then they have to close the road. There's a field further up the road that's flooded, so I'm going to go and take a picture of that now and show you that. You can see it just pouring out the field. I hope they figure out a way of sorting what they're going to do with the water when they build houses on this field in the next few years. But if you see, the ground's totally full and it's flooding the road. It's pouring across the field, straight across the road. It's totally waterlogged, and there's still another three quarters, if not an inch and a half left to come, the rain. This was the old bucket edge, and then that's the new one that Adam put on yesterday. As you can see, it's a bit better. That wagon is plated to carry 150 tonne, so I think it'll manage that. I think it's only about 7 tonne that mower. It looks dinky on the back. Rich is just putting his bearing on now, but it's just slightly, the holes aren't lining up. So there's a bit of a twist in that for some reason, we don't know why. So he's just messing with it now. Got the Merlo hole in this ratchet strap. That's it, it's going in. Sam and Adam have been putting the easy sheet back on the trailer. We call it an easy sheet because you basically, it's dead easy to put on. You get this handle off the side here with this on it, which could be today's quick question. Does anyone know what this is? What you call this arrangement here? And then you stick it in that square hole up there at the front or the back or the side, and you just turn the handle and it rolls the sheet to the left or the right, whichever way you want it to go. And then the ratchet straps, which are these, thread that in there, and these little teeth grip it. And you keep pulling it tighter and tighter and tighter. And that little bar grabs it and locks it. And it puts the sheet on. So we're going to put it back on now. We had it off when we were moving that stone in the soil of the week, but we're putting it back on, put the sheet over, and we can park the trailer outside without getting wet and full of water. And yesterday's quiz question was, of course, this. So this is a grain cleaner. So that's what you could see yesterday inside there. So they're like little screens. You drop the grain in that end. You have smaller ones where the bits of rubbish come out. Then you have ones that more bits of rubbish come out. Then you have what your grain comes out that you want. And then the rest carries through and all your rubbish comes out the far end. So it's just a series of like tumbling sieves with different sizes all the way along. At the top there's a big fan that sucks the light product out as well. So like the bits of chaff and that. And then these spouts underneath is where the other bits come out. We've not actually started using it properly yet. We bought it, me and Bill, and we were going to set it up for cleaning grain, for sowing ourselves. But we've just never got around to doing it. It was last year's winter project that we've never done. But we'll try and get it done this year. 3 weeks old and they've bent it already. Sam will be hiding now. Quick, put your head in so no one knows you did it. New hobber digger. Perfect for this weather. Doesn't make a mess. Sam's driving. Is that you covering yourself in case it falls off? Elliot's new digger now going on this wagon off to Chichester with his Merlo.
I'll get him on video, make sure he's responsible. Sam, so is now all watching.
Is it insured? Treat it like your pickup, Sam. It's a bit boring, this, isn't it? Unless he drops it. Oh no! What are you joking? Sam? Watch the tree.
Over here now.
I don't know, because the bucket's in the wrong place. It's not going to fit in there, you'll have to lift the dipper arm. Adam's got his safety harness on there and he's just lifting the dipper arm up while Sam gets ready to lower it down. It won't quite fit in that gap. Safely on. Meatloaf's happy. Sam's cleaned the muck spreader off. Easy Chute's back on that trailer. The other two are parked up, so it looks quite good. All the Richard Weston fleet all in a row. So if you remember, the battery kept draining on this, so this morning we've put a new earth lead to it, and then we've put an isolator on here, so it just wants painting. So now we can turn this key and it isolates the battery, and then that stops it draining overnight, because something was draining the battery overnight. So we're just going to put the battery cover back on now. Obviously, like I say, paint that. And it's also good now, if ever we have to do any welding on it, we just flick that key now and it kills the power, so that we don't doesn't drain overnight, and the welder won't damage any of the electrics on it. Just sort of show you this on the sides. This is like a little tiny spray bottle, so I have Roundup in out glyphosate, so when I'm in fields and I see something that shouldn't be there, I can just spot spray it around telegraph poles or pylons and things like that, stop the weeds spreading out into the field. So I always keep that on the side with me. So we've had ½ inch of rain, sorry, 15 mil of rain. We've obviously got a flood, pumps can't keep up. A lot more to come tomorrow. We've had 50 mil in the last week, which is basically 2 inches.